Hello. I'm gonna go sit here and let DeeDee know that I'm live. Hey y'all, how are you? I missed you guys. It's been crazy in this house with the ill. Hey, how have you guys been? Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh, everything but the bagel is here. Every time. I freaking want some bagel and lox, like immediately. Oh, speaking of bagel and lox and how awfully stereotypical this is going to sound, we are going to be going live very, very, very soon. Tomorrow at 3:30, Shakina and I might be saying her name wrong. I always want to say Shekinah, and she's corrected me, and then I forget the correction because I've already placed this in my mind, and we're going to continue the conversation about like the Jewish connection in the Black community. So that's going to be kind of cool. I dropped off surprise gifts for friends in need today. Oh, finished all my holiday shopping too. Ooh, God, Jesus. I just sent out like my kids' Christmas list to my family. Hey, Joanne. Like literally this morning. I was like, here. I sent it to my aunt, my cousin, and all of that kind of stuff. Hi, Owl. So yeah, I haven't even shopped. I just got the tree like the other day. I'm like, so many things to do. But you know, as much as we do not love Amazon, we do love the convenience of Amazon. So if I order by the end of the week, things will be here. And we're not doing like a huge Christmas because like we're celebrating Yule, and they get enough stuff like throughout the year. We did more for others this year than ourselves, trying to go more that direction. I like that, right? Like I think that that's super important. They the kids hand make gifts. So that kind of, oh yay, I'm glad you do Yule. So that kind of gets them more in the spirit. Like today, my son was like, I want to make Auntie Drea a gift. So he began on that, and then Aaron jumped in on it. So that's pretty much where we are. And I like that, right? Because then they're still a part of it. And it's like this, it's more reciprocal, not just, oh, you guys get stuff. You should give things too, right? Like it's beautiful to do that. So, let me see where DeeDee is. What's up, Nugs? How you doing, love? Hey! I'm over here. I jumped on early. Okay. DeeDee's grabbing her tea. Hearts to you too, pumpkin. Ooh, I have the Decolonizing the Body workshop live for 2023, and that link is in the bio. Again, always check that because whatever I'm doing, I'm just going to start updating that link. Oh, I love craft supplies for gifts. Yeah, Nugs. It took like forever. Like I'm finally 100%, like the congestion is not there, but now the kids, today I had all three of them on breathing treatments to kind of break up everything that's going on in their chest. The baby had like a fever all weekend. Like it's just, we're wondering about just like keeping them out until they go back in the new year, whenever. I don't know. But you know, they be trying to threaten you and shit with like defects, and I don't want to have to curse anybody out. So that's kind of where we're at. We may send them tomorrow though, just so they could do the festivities in school, because they really want to do all the little partying and shit. Keep them out, right? Yeah, baby fevers are scary. She wasn't too bad. She was only like rocking a 101, and that's still okay for littles her age, but it's still, and especially with like these hospitals are packed, like jam packed, and like I agree with the whole like keep them out, because we're still like in COVID season. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, we are not post pandemic. We are still in the midst of it. They don't need to just keep going back and forth. So I'm thinking about it. And then just like drop off the kids' stuff. You too, my love. Enjoy your dinner and have a really good night. This is going to be a fun conversation, but we're going to be here every Monday. So come on in. I think so too, Joanne, right? Just keep them home and just like send them in the new year. Like, oh, thanks for the big love, Noel. Because it's ridiculous. It's constant. I agree with that, right? Like, because so the 3-year-old in their school, they still wear the masks, right? Like, and the elder kids can wear them if they choose to, but they don't ever keep that crap on. Yes, I'm doing Tuesday nights still, right? Like, so I'm trying to move into doing more lives so we could have like streamlined conversations because when I do that, which I love talking with you guys, when I do the comments, it kind of gets like, what are we all talking about? And it's really hard to keep them in playlists. With the really difficult conversations in regard to like Jewish and Black community, I caught a lot of CGVs, content guidelines, babe. Yeah, CGVs. So it's like, it's been difficult. So I want to kind of stick with doing more lives. So Monday, DeeDee and I will be doing like love, relationship styles, how colonization has impacted that. Tuesdays, we're going to still keep on with Dr. Kim and I in regard to neurodiversity and supremacy culture. Ooh, there goes DeeDee. And then I may throw in another live night, and we're just going to be hanging out like 3 times a week. I see you, girl. I see you. You go live, and then let me know when you're live, and then I'll add you in. That kind of thing. Got the water in here. So yeah. Oh, thank you for the subscription. I so appreciate that, right? Like because, yeah, well, because capitalism, and then it keeps it equitable, right? Like I'm still making a little change here. Everybody still has access. And this is how we dismantle capitalistic ways and still keep things equitable. So I appreciate the subscription. I really miss being on this app. I really do like it. And I appreciate you, Crazy Rosie. But yeah, I did miss you guys because I really like chatting and talking. Oh, you listening still? It's a fun place to be. You guys are kind of cool. But if you don't see me on here, just come over to, the other apps because those are just like texting. So, like, I text stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you for, opening arms and accepting me. I'm happy to share myself. On those other apps, I'm like typing all the time. So, you'll find me on IG and on Facebook. And that's also in the bio where things reside. So you just click on it and then you'll be able to follow me over there. And on YouTube. Like start following there because I'm going to be doing these and like when we can go further or like longer conversations because like these 60 minutes you like they don't promote, first of all, they don't promote us enough like when we are Black creators. When you go over the minute, they don't really promote you enough. So like I want to start making like longer videos because like I want to do the whiteboard thing with the hierarchy of whiteness, and that's going to go onto my YouTube. Hey Brady, I am feeling so much better. The kids are still meh. So yeah, point is click bio, all the things that you need for me would be in there, and you could follow me on YouTube and any other app. So if I'm not here, you'll find me there. And there goes DeeDee.
Yay! There we are.
Aren't you beautiful?
Thank
Hey,
you.
from Houston.
How are you?
I am feeling so much better. Like
Good.
I
I'm
am
glad.
feeling so much better. So much better just dealing now with the kids and their congestion. But
Good.
how are you? You were sick this weekend too.
I am. I feel like shit warmed over, but cooled down a little bit.
Well, I'm super glad that you feel better. Like
Yes.
warm shit is
Look.
better than hot shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Look. We was piping hot steaming shit this weekend.
Yo, it was absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna do my cool little intro, right?
Okay.
Because
I
I
don't have a
wanna.
cool little intro, but go for it.
You're gonna get a cool. You're gonna get one, right? Because I want to
Okay.
start putting these things on YouTube when I actually know how to edit shit. Like that's the
Okay.
goal, right? But I
Okay.
don't know how. So, hello, DeeDee, and welcome to Let's Have the Conversation.
Hi.
So tonight and every Monday, you and I have decided that we are going to be discussing how colonial constructs impact love and relationships, right?
Yeah.
So today we were going to just like set it off with our own relationship styles,
hmm
and how we kind of came about to having that. So with that being said, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I am DeeDee Wednesday. I am a licensed therapist. I live in Louisiana. I specialize in trauma, and here on TikTok, I talk about things like parenting, mental health, families, relationship, and I give all types of advice and answer all types of questions.
That's it. Like, I love that.
That's
That's
it.
so super simple. Let me see what my intro is. Hi, I'm Desiree B. Stevens, and I pathologize whiteness.
She does.
As a system, like pretty much that's it. Like, right? Like, I look at how the systems are created and all of the intersections impact us and cause oppression for us all, and constantly seeking ways to get liberated. And I run an online healing community for people to unpack. I am trauma informed, I am a
Mhm.
counselor, and I love what I'm doing. So, join the
Yeah.
community. Links in bio for both of us to keep following on with the work. DeeDee also will be hosting a group within the community, unpacking
I
what make it black.
am. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, you
I'm
guys.
super excited for that, right?
Yes.
Like, because like we need spaces where it's just for Black people to also be unpacking how these systems have
Yeah.
impacted us. So like
Yeah,
it's
and
super
I
cool.
think that's a huge part of it. I think a lot of times when we talk about like unpacking things and unpacking racism and like deconstructing things, especially in the realm of like social media, it's about like how white people can start to do these things. And it's like, yeah, but a lot of our shit is packed deep inside suitcases and stuffed under grandma's bed. And we look over that shit. And it's like a lot of things that we do on a daily basis that's just in our routine life. Yeah, it's steeped and wrapped in colonialism in a way that's uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we can't pretend that we haven't been impacted living here
Yeah.
for 500 years, right? Like
Right.
this is the only socialization that we have had, right? Like nature
Yeah.
versus nurture kind of thing. So
Right.
we hold a lot. I find that I'm mindful. Like, I'm going to be honest, right? Like, I'm very mindful that the work that I do is geared towards white people, right? Because I think that it's very important for me to also understand the role I play by the way I look
Yeah.
within white supremacy, right? Like, my life is not your life.
Right.
I don't
Right.
pretend, right? Colorism, featureism, texturism, all of those things. So I'm very mindful of like talking with Black people,
Right.
especially monoracially Black people. Like as a
Yeah.
mixed Black person, I get a
Absolutely.
lot of that pushback, and I'm like, yo, but I'm like, okay, I
Right.
feel that,
Right.
but that's an impact of
Hey y'all. I see
colonialism,
y'all.
right? So like I love that it's going to be you holding that space, right? Like
Thank
for
you.
them, doing that work with them. I think that that's super important. Um,
Mhm.
and I think it's important for us, for me very specifically, I'm not trying to run a cult, having all these other people coming in, right? Like I don't want to be
Yeah.
the head honcho kind of thing. That's weird. I don't want that level of responsibility,
It's a
which kind
lot.
of leads me into our conversation about relationships, right?
Yes.
Like not wanting to be the only one
Yeah.
doing anything. So tell
Doing
me about your
everything.
relationship style.
Okay. So when it comes to like relationship orientation, I'm very fluid. Like how I have no preference as far as relationship orientation. And when I say relationship orientation, I mean like monogamy, polyamory, um, ethical non-monogamy. I don't have a preference for those things. It just depends on how I feel and how I feel about whichever partner I'm deciding to date or be with. Right now I'm single, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want, and I like that too.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that. Yeah,
but the
I'm
way
married and I can still do what I want.
and I, and I, and I love that for us.
Me too. It's so beautiful and so liberating and very much like you, right? Like so here's how I feel about this, right? Like,
hmm
due to the fact, like, it's a pendulum swing, right? Like,
Right,
we have colonization and we have all of
right.
these very strict constructs when the creation of whiteness happened, right? So, in order to perform whiteness, right? Like, I
hmm
always say, whiteness is a socioeconomic political stance, and that's it. In
Yes,
order to perform whiteness at the height
I
of it,
love that. Say that. Say that again.
I surely shall.
Yes,
Whiteness is nothing but a socioeconomic and political stance, right? That's it.
that's it, and that's all.
That's it, and that's all. It says
That's
who
it,
can
and
make
that's
money
all.
and who could vote.
That's it.
That's it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
when they drug us here to these shores after, uh, pushing down the indigenous people of Turtle Island in
Mm-hmm.
1619, that is when white was created. It's why I always ask white
Right.
people, who were you before you were white? White was created in 1619. So who were
Mm-hmm.
you before that?
Right.
Like, that's something very, very real that white people need to be asking themselves if they really want to do the work of decolonization, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at that, and recognize that the only thing you could do is perform whiteness. And obviously, if you have white skin or the closest you are, your proximity to whiteness, you could perform it at different levels, right?
Right. Absolutely. You have different access at those levels.
Absolutely. So,
Mm-hmm.
cis, hetero, Christian, wealthy, able bodied.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So these boxes constantly. So now we're here at this other pendulum swing, and we've opened up all of these other doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've expanded LGBTQIA to and plus, right?
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
we have all of these pendulum swings. So I'm not a fan of the boxes when we finally get to liberation, but I recognize that we need the boxes to show how many different living styles there are.
Right. Yeah.
So my box would be relationship anarchist.
Okay. Ooh, let's talk about that. What does that
Yeah.
mean for you?
What that
I
means for
got tea,
me is,
y'all, in a solo cup. Don't judge me.
no, do you, boo? It means very similar to what you said, right? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to call myself polyamorous because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be in relationships with everybody that I am with, or have the, I don't, that's too much work,
It's a
right?
lot. It's a lot. First of all, polyamory is harder than people think. Like a lot of people think that it's this free pass to cheat. And it's like one, cheating is a separate entity, and cheating can also happen inside of a polyamorous relationship. Because
Correct.
cheating is based on deception, right? It's not a cheating is not a relationship style, right?
No,
It's dishonesty.
it's dishonesty.
It's dishonesty. And having to put aside a lot of your interpersonal ego and your own jealousy and your own thoughts about yourself and the
Oof.
need to be validated by being chosen or being the opposite of abandoned and picked and selected by one person is a lot for someone to kind of put aside and have to heal from and deal with in order to even pretend to truly properly engage in a polyamorous relationship. It's a lot. It's a lot more than people really give it credit for being.
It really, really is. And like, speaking of it from your point of view, there's so much trauma in unpacking,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Like, patriarchy, purity culture, misogyny, just like all of the
Yes.
things. Like, you see,
Yes.
like, this week has been insane with like the Derek Jackson and
Yeah.
Dania
I just as
Jackson.
soon as you said that, I was like, yeah.
And I'm like, boy, if you don't, baby, who I would drop, them kids would be in the pictures with him and them floozies. You hear me?
Right.
Like,
But you and your little side piece can have all these side kids.
all of that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have a whole new family now, ma'am.
Right.
I'll pick them
Look.
up on the weekend, right? You can file an abandonment warrant because it won't be
Right.
me.
Do what you need to, but I'll pay you child support if you want me to.
Facts. So, like, as far as relationship anarchy, what it means to me is that I get to connect with people the way I choose to connect, which is what I
Yeah.
think I hear you saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I want to take my relationship to another level, that's my choice, right?
Yeah.
I firmly believe that I'm a sovereign being, and part of being a sovereign being means that I do me.
Yeah.
I do me.
Yeah.
Everything is with consent, right? I
Mhm.
recognize the sovereignty in another person, and nothing is solid unless we have a conversation and we
Absolutely.
consent on something, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
for me, sex does not denote a relationship or a commitment. It means
No.
if it's sex. That's what that meant.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's that for me. That's like, and I release
But even
hierarchy.
that thought is like decolonization. The thought that like, oh, I can have sex with someone and that's not like bad
No,
and wrong and like I'm not gonna go to hell.
no, no. We're in hell.
It's hot. And it's
And it's
hot.
hot in this motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody said, when was marriage
Oh,
invented, and by what culture have we outgrown it as humans? Marriage, I forgot like the whole year, but marriage as we know it is a colonial construct, right? Because even white men could not vote when America was created unless they owned property. Therefore, they made white women, right? Because they did not encounter
right.
us yet and drag us over here.
You're
They made
welcome.
white women and children and white children property of
Mhm.
white men. So they could either
Right.
get married so they could have the rights to vote. Again, remember, socioeconomic and political stance, that's all whiteness
Right.
is. Or they would be able to buy land. And if you were poor, what were you going to do? Get married.
Right. Get married. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, back to you.
Back to me.
Yes.
Oh, what do you need from me? What's my
I'm
turn to say?
interested in what that looks like for you, right? Like your relationship styles. Like for me, it's not hierarchical. That's
No,
what I was thinking.
absolutely not.
I'm in a
Absolutely not.
relationship with everybody. You and I are in a relationship. Like that's how
Right.
I feel
Absolutely.
about it. Like
Yeah.
we have a relationship. The people that watch us have a relationship. You
Mhm.
know, me and my husband have a relationship. My children. Like I'm in a relationship with all of the people, the earth, the stars. Like it
Mhm.
just depends on how I choose to express
Yeah.
myself in that relationship. So
Relationships for me are open and honest, right? I am very selfish when I enter relationships.
mm,
And I don't mean selfish in a negative way. I mean selfish in the most positive way possible, where everyone has the opportunity to decide whether this relationship or this style of relationship or if I am the person for them, right? Because what I want, what I need, and what I desire sometimes changes like the wind. And so I'm upfront and open with everyone that I start dating about where I am right now and what I want right now and what that looks like. And also what that could potentially and possibly look like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
if
Right
it's
now, I'm very single. And I don't mean like I'm single because the IRS says that I don't have a wife. I mean, I'm single. Like, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have anyone that I'm committed to. So, right now, I'm dating any and everyone who I want to date. But I'm also honest about I'm dating any and everybody who I want to date and who I choose to date. I am a gay woman. And you would think that, like, being queer would make that conversation maybe a little easier. It does not. It does not make those
does it
conversations
not
easier.
really?
No. No, because people, I mean, people have the same desires and the same
Right.
wants, right? Because we're still people and we're all, living within similar cultures and raised in similar environments and,
Right.
socialized the same. And so, and even part of like decolonizing is like gender norms. Those still are very much present in lesbian culture and in gay culture. And so sometimes it can be difficult to have those conversations. It's like, I'm going to be dating and I'm going to be dating whoever, right?
Right.
And what that looks like for us. And sometimes I get pushback and I don't think that that's something that I can deal with. And I respect that. And I think that that's perfectly fine. And I think that the desires of our hearts are what we deserve as people. And that might mean that I might not fit in that part of your life,
Right.
right? And I think that that's okay. But I think that oftentimes as people, we try to force ourselves into the boxes of people's lives and try to conform to say, okay, well, this is who I am, but this is who I can become in order to be with you,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not willing to do that, but I'm also a step further, not willing to have people do that for me, right?
Yeah.
I've had women to be like, oh, I can do that. That's
No.
fine. No, you can't,
Don't do it.
right?
Don't.
Right?
Don't
If you
ever do
can, fine, do that for you, right? Don't do that for me. Because the moment you say, oh, it's fine if you date, it's fine if you, do whatever. And then when you call me and I text you out on a date, call you back.
it's a little hard right there in the chest, sis. It's a little hard. I
Right?
think that that's a major point, right? Because, like, so what I've learned from this, and I hate saying lifestyle, like as if it's something, because that's how we know it's a colonial construct, right? Like we put
Yeah.
these labels on it because
Hmm.
it deviates from the quote unquote norm, which the norm
Right.
is what we've been indoctrinated and socialized into based on colonialism, right? The communication that it takes to be ethical
So much talking.
and like more talking than I necessarily like, right? Like
Yes.
I'm like, as much as I run my mouth, I've been used to, because when we fall into these norms, these gender norms, these relationship
Yeah.
norms, these styles that have been given to us by colonialism, we go on autopilot,
Right.
right? Like it it
It's
it's
easy
it
to go.
it just goes. It
Hmm.
just does, right? Like we don't talk about it. We know dinner needs to be done, bills need to be
Hmm.
paid, kids need to be bathed, da 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 da. And like you stop connecting. you stop dating, you stop
Mm-hmm.
conversing. And
Yeah.
then when you have to open up those spaces, especially if you have a new person in there, it's like, oh my, I have to talk a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then this person has to know me, right? And then they have to unpack their fear because, like, when people are so communicative, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, like, I don't want anything this heavy. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm not trying to give you nothing heavy. I'm just
Right.
trying to be honest, right? Like, and very clear
Uh-huh.
because boundaries.
Right. Right. And those boundaries are going to look different for every relationship and for every relationship within those relationships.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because me and A may have a conversation about something and the boundaries look like, oh, I tell all of everything and it's like blah 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 and no one is phased. But then me and B have a conversation and she's like, I don't want to know that.
Yeah, I'm good on that, right?
I
Like,
don't, I don't, I don't need I don't need to know that.
I don't need that information.
Hmm. We have a
Somebody said,
question in the chat. Do you want me to
yeah,
read
please,
it?
because I was just about to say, someone says it's to show up as an authentic, self-actualized human. Right. I show up
Yes.
in all of my relationships, and that word even
I'm gonna
scares
get a
people.
cuter cup next week, y'all. I promise.
No, girl, you good. That word even scares people. Like, whoa, easy on the relationship word, and I'm like, fam, it holds zero weight for me because I'm
Right.
in relationship with
With
everybody. Like,
everyone.
so like it doesn't mean anything more to me, right? And again, I'm not hierarchical, right? Like
Right.
I don't even like the term. I don't even like to say my husband
Hmm.
because what that does is places this hierarchy. Like he's apparently the most important
He's the
man in
most
my life,
important man in my life.
and I'm
Yeah.
like maybe, and he is when I'm with
Hmm.
him. But
Right.
then if I have another partner, that man is the most important man in my life at that moment, right?
At that
Like,
moment. Yeah.
and life is about these moments, like a tapestry woven together, right? Like, and we need to be living in that moment. But
I like that
go back to
analogy.
the question.
Okay. It says, can you give insight on how to maintain intimacy in these relationships?
In which relationships? In a monogamous one or just in all of relationships?
There's not a specification. What I assume in a polyamorous marriage, because you were talking when the question came up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say is that again, um, because I don't see them as hierarchical, right? Like
Right.
it's a beautiful thing because you connect with people individually, right? Like I have relationships with everybody, right? Like so my friend that's been my friend since I was 16
Hmm.
has a different like we have a different communication style than my than you and I, right? You and
Right.
I got on the phone, we chopped it up and we connected immediately, right?
Easy
Like, hey girl,
breezy.
hey.
Hey.
Um so the way I'm going to communicate with you, I'm going to learn you. I think that that's what
Right.
the important thing is like how do you need to be communicated with and how do you need to be shown intimacy and care from me, and
Yeah.
if I have the capacity I will show up in that way,
Right.
right? If you need, like, I'm not a person who I don't need to see somebody every day, right? Like, I live in the cottage in my backyard. My husband lives in the house with the kids. I see
Love.
y'all more often than my husband.
Yes. Love.
Thank you.
Love. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and they were like, "Do you ever think?" Once upon a time, I was married to a man. Anyhow, um, they were like, "Do you think you'll ever remarry?" And I was like, "I don't even know what that looks like for me, right?"
Right.
And not even on some like polyamorous, non-monogamy, just on like a DD level. I don't
Yeah.
even know what that looks like.
What does that look
Like,
like?
I don't even know if I want to ever live with another person. Like,
I've questioned that. I've
I
questioned that.
don't. I just
Do I?
really don't want. I don't know if I want to see you every day.
I know I don't. I don't want to see my
Right.
kids, right? So like the way you keep intimacy, I guess like the straightforward answer, at least for me, is actually being intentional with your relationships, right? Like what do they like and what do you have the capacity for, right? Like
Right.
do you have the capacity to talk to somebody every day? I can't
Mhm.
talk to nobody every single day, right? So
Yeah.
if I have a partner or I'm in a relationship with someone, even if it's a friend, if they need to talk every day, I am not
Hmm.
going to be a good partner for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to let you know that because I know me.
Hmm.
You're going to get on
Right.
my nerves like
Hmm.
by day 6. Like,
Easily. Easily. Easily.
really
Yeah.
like day 3 and I'll just be swallowing it. But by day 6, I'm like ready to block your number.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
that honestly is the key, is really truthfully learning these relationships instead of going with colonial constructs. Well, this is how
Mm-hmm.
we treat our partner. This is how you
Right.
treat your wife. This is how you treat your husband. This is how you treat your kids. I have 4 children and each one of them have different needs. Learn
Yeah.
your people and
Yes.
meet the needs to your capacity.
Right. Agreed. Agreed. And I think that also knowing what you need is key too, right?
Yes.
Because I'm an extrovert, right? And I need a lot of energy. Like I feed off of the energy of other people. I might just not need your energy every day, right? But I need to be in connection and in relationship and communication with people all day long.
Right.
That's what I need, right? And and being with someone who is not that way, that's going to look very different, right?
Very
And
much.
so intimacy for me isn't necessarily monogamous and poly. Oh, well, I mean, um, intimacy is going to look the same either way,
Yeah.
right?
For any
Regardless, because
partner.
any partner, um, intimacy is going to be deciding what I need and what you need and where we meet, right?
Capacity.
What, yeah, capacity. What is it that I have to give that is fulfilling to you? What is it that you have to give that is fulfilling to me? And how am I filling the rest of me up? And how are you filling the rest of you up
And
in the same time?
consent.
And consent.
It's
Absolutely.
consent along
Yeah.
the entire way.
Yeah.
I really enjoy DEEDEE. I love DEEDEE already, right? Like,
Yes.
absolutely
We're in
no
love
doubt
buzz.
about it. Yes.
Yes.
You know,
They said we need a podcast. We're working on it.
we are working on that. Yes. This is it. This is it. It'll
This
be
is it.
uploaded.
Yes.
I have a podcast. It'll be uploaded when DEEDEE gets hers running. It'll be uploaded on there. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
both on both of our YouTubes, and we're here
Yeah.
every Monday, 7:30
Every
Eastern.
Monday.
So come on by.
Come
But
on.
like, I love everybody, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this. I'm a little hood hippie, right? Like I'm like I love the
I like,
world, and I'll still fight you. Like
because get it twisted not. Before I was a therapist, I wasn't.
that part. That part was not okay.
I was not.
This counseling came from a lot of my own group therapy.
Right. I learned a lot of skills, but I'll forget them in a minute. Don't play.
That part, okay. So you see, she got a solo cup. Anyway.
Look, I got a stack of them in the cabinet.
Okay, mine is sitting in the bathtub. That's my little holder right there for
Right.
stack of them. But like, so I love DEEDEE, right? Like, and sometimes you can get like, you get all of those like, oh my God, I have a new friend and this is great. And then you want to like swallow them up and you become
Yes.
like, that's heavy and that's intense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like where we can fall for love bombing and all of the other things, right? Like filling these abandonment issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you land with
Thank
consent,
you. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have a good evening. I think if you lead with consent first in everything, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, like if I text DEEDEE, like, hey, how are you feeling? Can we talk? Do you
Right.
have time talking? Do you have a moment? All of it, you should not just be dropping yourself on someone, right? Like that shows of respect for
Yes.
that person's time, their own autonomy. It allows them to see if they can actually show up for you for the needs that you have, right?
Yes.
I like if I want to text a partner, hey, I miss you and I'd like to spend some time with you. Do you have space for that?
Yes.
They get to answer, right? Like now they get to be consensual about it. And then we see what we have the capacity for. Is it an
Right.
hour, 2 hours? Is it an overnight? Is it a weekend away? What does that look like? So
Mm-hmm.
it's all of these intricate, very, very key things to effective communication because y'all be
Right.
talking, but y'all do not be communicating.
Right. You said a whole lot of nothing.
And
Hi,
I love to
double.
hear it.
My double is here.
Oh, hey. Somebody said, oh, this is me. I've had to really check myself on this. Yes, checking in with your counterpart. Does this work for you? It's very, very important, right? And making it a safe space for them to say no.
Right. Actually, because people think that consent is like, it's just like a toll, like going through the toll. I threw the quarter in, I can go by.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you, Derek. I love you so much. That's not how that is. It's not a rhetorical question. Like
no.
I get to say no when I choose not to, right? If you text and say, "Hey, do you have space to have this conversation?" and I don't have the space to have this conversation, then I get to say, I don't have space for this right now.
Yeah.
But what I can do, because I do care about you and I do care about our relationship because it's golden, what I can say is, I don't have the capacity right now, but I could possibly have the capacity later this evening or in the morning.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
I
And
think that
having
that's so
enough
important.
respect for the other person and respect enough for the relationship to say, okay, and not internalize that. A lot of the issues that people have is they won't deal with their shit.
Come on.
Right?
The
It's
internalizing that people do.
yes.
No, for me is not personal. First of all, like I read the Four Agreements 15 years ago.
Right.
So
First, look, yes.
nothing's personal. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing is
Because
personal.
your shit is always going to be your shit and it can never be my shit unless I accept it from you.
Right. And like
That's it.
no is a complete sentence for me, right? Again,
Yeah.
boundaries. So
Boundaries.
like if you can't meet that, I think that that's important. And speaking more so like on the internalizing,
Yeah.
you have to do a lot of self-work to be in relationships, healthy
Period.
relationships with anybody.
Period. Yeah. Period.
Monogamous, work, parents, children,
Friendship,
friendship,
familial. Yeah. Yeah. You yeah.
all of it. Because you
You
will
show up to a
internalize.
relationship as an entire leech if you don't work on your own shit.
Right.
Draining other people and sucking the energy, the life, and the love from people and draining them for dead. And that's unfair.
Right. My
That's
God.
unfair.
That
Yeah.
was so depressing. Because it's true.
It's true.
Someone said unhealed people always do this. The assumption of anything is from an unhealed place.
The
Yes.
situational
And
therapist is absolutely wonderful. I love you.
well, and
And,
the truth of the matter is many of us are unhealed because again,
absolutely.
these are colonial constructs that we've accepted as truth. And for white folks, thousands of years. And for black
Mm-hmm.
folks, these few hundreds of years, right?
Right.
Like we've accepted this as solid truth with no
Right.
evidence, with no proof, like with
Right.
nothing.
Nothing.
We've
It
just
just
accepted. We
is.
don't ask questions. We don't ask
Right.
why, right? Like,
Right.
why do you think that monogamy is the norm?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that a nuclear family is a superior unit? Because I don't know about you, but we got 3 kids living up in here. We're outnumbered, fam. So like,
Outnumbered.
uh, I'm down for a sister wife. Like I'm
Look,
like, yeah,
somebody
I'm
grab
here
one
for
of these
brother Hunter.
rugrats.
Yeah, like come get
Look, I
these
was gonna, she
kids,
said the
right?
other
Like,
day, a girl, she was like, my crotch goblin. I was like, not a crotch goblin.
yeah, I call them that. Or let me see, crotch goblin. I love my
I thought
baby.
it was hilarious.
What my niece calls them my crotch fruit.
Yeah, crotch fruit. Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
stand her.
Yes.
So like when we don't ask these questions, right? Like I've said this before, is that like I don't have all the answers, but I damn sure
Right.
got all the questions. Because I want to know why. Like,
Right.
why do we think that this is supposed to be the superior way? And that's supremacy culture. We're constantly
Right.
talking about like from an anti-racism standpoint, white supremacy. And yes, that's what impacts us as Black people. And my thing is like, recognizing that supremacy culture as a whole has its own hierarchies, right? So like you'll
Absolutely.
see that it's like unwed mothers, even if they're living with their partners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unwed parents are less than married parents. Single
Yeah.
mother less
Yes.
than like that. There's always a hierarchy and there's always a supremacy within supremacy culture. And if we aren't asking questions, we can't dismantle it because you don't even know what you're looking at.
You don't know what you're looking at. Yes, Darcel, absolutely.
What did Darcel say?
He said, also, growth like healing is consistent and a lifetime practice. It's continuous. Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, healing is a journey, not a destination. Y'all will not
No,
get
no, it's absolutely continuous. There's no stopping point. You only stop growing and healing when you stop living.
that part.
Mm-hmm.
And, and we don't mean a physical death. At least I don't, right? Like, if
Right.
you are not doing the work, you die. You're
You
walking,
die.
you're
Yeah.
walking dead.
Yeah.
You
And
die.
we all know people like that.
Right. And when you start questioning your relationship styles, you get to question who gets to be in your energy field. Like I'm funny about that,
Yeah.
right? Like
As you should
because
be.
I'm so protective about that, right? Like, because I could be in relation with everybody, but everybody doesn't get to experience me. I made a post
Right.
on my Facebook, and it was like someone's son said I was a vibe, and I was like, no, daddy, I'm an entire experience because
Mhm.
I am. Like,
It's true.
yeah, and
Yeah.
not everybody gets to experience me because boundaries.
Right. Right. And I honestly, when someone sets a boundary with me, I almost feel like they really do care about me and them. Right? You love me enough and trust me enough to know that setting that boundary will not create any friction in our relationship.
It's so beautiful.
Right? And that to me is chef's kiss every time. You're gonna get it every time. To tell me no and to know that you know me enough and respect me enough to know that it's
And
bigger
trust,
than that. Yeah,
like you
it's
said,
this
like for
level of
somebody,
trust because people
it's
oftentimes,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, to be in a place where you can tell someone no and be like, nah, not today,
Yeah, no.
and know that
I,
that love doesn't go anywhere, and know that that love is still going to be there tomorrow, just as heavy and just as intense as it was yesterday. That's
with the
real love, right?
it
It's not
really,
love if I always have to say yes to you.
it's not love at all.
It's
Like
not.
it's coercion.
Right. Look,
Right?
that's
Like
abuse.
that's abuse.
Yes.
It's violent.
Yeah.
Because like I say like whiteness as a system is non-consensual anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's concept and all of that. So everything that we do within when we ascribe to colonial structures and colonial systems, we are acting in a non-consensual way, right? So for somebody, I love that you use the word trust, because for somebody to come to me and be like, hey, I didn't like X, Y, and Z, or hey, like, no, I
Hmm.
need you to not do that. It's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you trust, I honor that. Like
Yes.
I wow,
Hmm.
thanks for trusting me enough to let me know that that's a
Hmm.
boundary for me, right?
Yes.
Like, because I have to respect it. Like, and it becomes this like really reciprocal thing, because
Yeah.
now they also get to learn me, right? Like, oh, because
Yes.
if I don't respect the boundary, I hope that they cut my ass off, because
I,
that's what
hey friend, I choose people who love themselves.
I say it again.
I choose people who love themselves.
Expound upon that, please.
I do not want people around me in relationship with me who do not love themselves because you will set poor boundaries around yourself. Right. And then you're going to put me in positions where I don't want to be in to defend you. I don't want to be in position to also hurt you. Right. Because as aware as I am, I'm more self-aware than anything. I'm aware of me. I'm not always aware of you. Right. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm an extrovert. I will FaceTime you out of nowhere. Right. I
I
need
love,
you to have boundaries around your life and what it is that you can and cannot accept as a person. I need you to protect you, even if
yes,
that means protecting you from me.
that is an entire word, right? So like, I love that you use FaceTime, right? My
Yeah.
phone stays on do
Mhm.
not disturb.
I know.
Yeah. You will get a voicemail. You can FaceTime me 37 times. It's gonna the
Mhm.
voicemail for the past 6 years says, if you'd like to reach me, hang up and text me. That's a boundary. That
That's a
like you're
boundary.
not gonna just call me and be able to get me. We have
Yeah.
too much access to people
Right.
these days. And I don't like that, right?
Yeah.
There's a few people that I have allowed to come through my phone, which is my kids, their
Mhm.
school,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
And
Like,
that's enough.
that's it. Because
Yeah.
there's an emergency situation, somebody should be able to reach me.
Right.
And that's about it, right? But
Mhm.
then like when you say you FaceTime me, Tez, I really and then you text me like, hey, I really wanted to speak to you.
Yeah.
Do you have some time to FaceTime? I
Mhm.
get to make a choice. Like I think that
Yes.
that's what's more important when you're talking about
Mhm.
breaking colonial structures.
Yeah.
I'm choosing you. Like
You choose- And
I'm
that is greater
choosing.
than anything. Right? I
It's
think
beautiful.
so often we want to force love in places love doesn't belong, right? Or
Ooh,
and it's like, no. Like when I hear people say, "Oh, I need this person," don't fucking need me. I'm
it is.
not the one for you to need,
Mm-mm.
right? I don't want to be needed. I want to be chosen. I don't want people around that I need, that I can't breathe without. I want people who choose me, who I
So beautiful.
choose, right? That choice. Our ancestors have had enough of not having choices, right?
Listen, let me
Hmm?
tell you, when you say that, that's how I feel. Like, I get so nervous when we start talking about relationships as Black people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that shit sounds like an auction block. And my
It
ancestral
absolutely
cackles
sounds bitter, bitter, bitter.
go up, right? Like, I'm like, white feminism doesn't work for white people. We
Yeah.
need not to be ascribing to that. And my cackles go up. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to perform. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
tap dance. I don't want to shuck
Yeah.
and jive. Our
Right.
ancestors' greatest fucking wish and dream was to rest and choose.
Right. I'm gonna take me a nap and I'm gonna pick.
Yeah. And I want to
Mm-hmm.
choose you. Not only that, I
Yeah.
want to actively, you know what the beauty
Yes.
of like boundaries and like, I want to actively choose my partner every
Yes.
day.
Every
And a
day.
couple of times during the day because
Yes.
they may text and I may look at it and not even want to answer. That's a
Right.
choice. I don't want
And
to feel
not because there are
obligated.
not other options. Because I want them. Because I want to choose them. Not
Yeah.
because I'm not allowed to choose anyone else. I
Right.
want to choose you because everything in my spirit says I want to choose you.
I think that that's so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
how you speak about love. Because, like, for me, like, I had posted on IG a couple of weeks ago, right? And I was like,
Mhm.
something to the idea of, like, fall in love every day, this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dot, 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 like,
Yeah.
kind of nested it. And I'm like, why did you think that that was romantic?
Hmm.
Why? Like, why? Why do you automatically hear love and think of romance? Like, and ask
Hmm.
yourself that question. I fall in love every day when I walk outside, right? Like,
Hmm.
I fall in love with the way the air smells, with the way the rain is. And like, because I fall in love with me every day,
Yes.
every day, every day. And
Daily.
because of that, I can love with ease. I go into a
Mhm.
relationship, I'm like, let's get the weird shit out of the way. I love you
Yes.
already
Hmm.
because it feels too restrictive. Like, what am I supposed? You want me to be fucking and sucking and licking and kicking it,
Right.
and I'm not sure if I love you or not. That's weird. That's
Right.
weird.
That's a lot. You're asking a lot of
That's
me.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Like,
That's a
that's
lot.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
I'm
a lot. Like
overwhelmed. Chill out, baby.
that. Yeah. I'm more like a teacher that's like, here's your A, right? So you're going to start with love because if you are
Yeah.
in, on, or around my body, I love you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's move on from that. Like, there's no weirdness to it, right? I love
That's
you.
fair.
I feel connected with you. There's an energetic connection here, and I want to
Hmm.
explore that. And you start with the A. I'm like, so I'm that teacher.
Yeah.
Now you could fuck it up. And then that love turns into more like a universal love, right? Like we need to be
Hmm.
discussing more like agape, eros, philo,
Yes.
all the different types of love. So I have an
Mm.
agape love, right? It's this
Hmm.
universal love. It's the highest love of all. So I'm already
Hmm.
connected to that, right? And then if you are a partner that I choose to be physical with, now it's turned into a little bit of an erotic love. And I want to see
Right.
where this is going to go. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Look,
Um, and
layers.
then they may change. And I don't
Hmm.
want to feel like obligated to have sex with you because all of a sudden
Right.
you might have been whack. You might have done something I don't want to do. Like
Right.
it may have just been a moment, right? I've had an
Right.
intimate moment with somebody who like the chemistry was just like popping, shouting. I was like, oh, I got to tag that ass.
Come
And
through.
I said, and it was trash, bro. I was
Oh
like,
no. I'm so sorry.
thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Look,
Was like
my heart
years
broke for
ago.
you.
And I'm still fucking upset. Like, I'm like, you messed up my body count, fam.
Listen, let me tell you something. Like, waste your time, not mine. Okay.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Yes, it was so disappointing. Ouch, that's so disappointing. It was so disappointing
Mhm.
because the magnetism that we had, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I know this is gonna be good. Um,
Did you try
and
again?
no, like I also prefer a certain like size and situation going on,
Okay.
and that wasn't happening. And like ever since then, like I've always been like, if no, I'll walk out the door now. Like, because
Okay.
I already know I'm
That's a
not giving
boundary.
yeah, I'm not giving you no chances. Don't pull that thing out. Go on and put it back. Let's go.
Okay.
You want to go get a pizza? Because we're not finna do none of that.
That's your boundary.
That's my boundary.
That's your
Hold on.
boundary.
We start with self. Everything else can fall into place after. That's everything. Everything starts with self. Everything starts with self. Your self love is what you're going to pour out into another. Um,
Absolutely.
just that simple. Just that simple. What are they saying over there on your side? Because I can't see your comment.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Mm.
Okay, so let's go on
Honestly, I
from
think
that
it's
one.
also I haven't been talking back to them. I'm very accustomed to being online and like having conversations with people, and I haven't been. But also, there's not a whole lot of people over here.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I want to go back into, and I want to know your, like, what are your takes on why people restrict love? Like, what's the deal?
Fear.
Or how do you not restrict love? I don't know. Either one of those.
Why
Whatever.
I think that people restrict love is based on fear, right? I think that a lot of us feel less than worthy and
Mm,
not valuable based on our own history and our own traumas and our own issues. And so when we find someone that we even like, not even have to like be in love with, we want to keep that person to ourselves out of fear that we won't find another person who even accepts us or tolerates us, right? And so it's like, no, 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 this one is mine. I didn't get one of these before, but I have one now. And if you take it from me, then that means I might not get it again. And also, if you take it from me, that also means that you're better than me and I'm not worthy again. That's more
ooh,
evidence that validates that I am not worthy and I am not valuable and I am not enough. Right. And so that's a hard pill to swallow, right? Regardless of whether it's valid or not, right? Because what's true to you is true,
yeah.
right? And I think that that's why people have so many limitations around love out of fear that they won't be chosen by the person that they've chosen.
Mm, that's heavy. That was hella heavy.
It's a lot.
It is. How
Yeah.
do you people move through that?
How do people move through it or how I move through it?
How would you suggest that people move through it? And how did you move through it yourself?
Truth?
Always.
I don't. Okay. How I suggest that people move through it is dealing with their shit, whatever that shit looks like. For me, it looked like abandonment, right?
Mm,
Going to therapy and working on my trauma and working through my trauma and realizing that, like, I choose me, right? And if I choose you and you choose me, you can't choose anyone over me.
ooh, wee.
No, the love that I bring is unmatched, right? And even if you choose her, then that
Cool.
just means you choose her too. Or
Yeah.
even if you choose her in a way that's like I choose her to a degree where I can no longer choose you, that still doesn't mean that my love has been matched or overtaken. It just
Right.
means that y'all's love is different,
That
right?
part. I really want people to get to that part. Someone over here said, I don't know if some of us even know how to choose. I promise you, most of us don't know how to choose because if the choice was
Most of
never
us
given.
just settle. We just accept and tolerate. We accept and tolerate.
And that's horrible. It's
It's
horrible.
horrible.
And we were never given a choice. Again, these systems of whiteness as a system are non
Hi,
consensual.
Erin.
Hey, I grew up Irish Catholic, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like there was no
Yep.
question as to what, again, we go on autopilot on their colonial
Mm-hmm.
ideas, right? I was going to get married, I was going to have children, they were going to be raised Catholic. Like these
Mm-hmm.
are the things and the functions that you just already know. Like so
Yeah.
these are already laid out for you. So
Mm-hmm.
like now
Like
the
you
choice
said,
is,
autopilot.
yeah, it's autopilot.
Yeah.
So like the
Yeah.
is it a choice if it's not really a choice, right? And then
Yeah.
you have this prescription of what you're supposed to do as a wife and the way you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
perform, right? So
Yeah.
like again, not choices. Like do I get to be a wife that dresses this way, that talks this way? No, because there's a
Mm-hmm.
prescription underneath supremacy culture. There is a subscription to everything.
Yes.
So like exactly, somebody over here said we find someone, get
Because if
married, and
you
have
deviate,
and
you may go too far off and find yourself wandering in freedom.
right. Oh my God. The worst thing ever.
The
Like
worst
when
thing ever. But freedom is dangerous to supremacy.
That's what it is.
Right.
That's what it is.
So we have to set barriers around it so you don't find yourself over there.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
they keep piling and piling and piling expectations and
Yeah.
prescriptions and these things on us to the point where you don't want to think. You don't want
Right.
to act. You know what?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just gonna fucking do it and just move through it. And then you wonder why you have these breakdowns in mid 40s and people having midlife crisis is because by that
25.
time, yeah, your body is so full
Yeah.
up of trauma, it can no longer take it anymore, right? That's why
Yeah.
there's such a huge awakening in your 40s, right? Like you'll see people like, oh, when I turned 40, I did that. Yeah, because your body can't even take it anymore.
Right.
It cannot take it because questioning authority and supremacy culture is authoritative. It is,
Right.
it is nothing else. It will set you free. My first divorce killed me. Killed me. I was like the biggest failure ever.
Yes.
Right.
I remember that feeling.
I failed my child. How could I do this? I'm such a terrible woman. What da, 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 da. All of the things that my upbringing told me, right? And now I'm married a second time, and girl, I will go 3 or 4, 5 times if I need. I'm like,
look, all right, because
I will only
this
stay in a
marriage means
relationship
I'm committed to you in this marriage until I'm not.
Until I'm not. Nothing lasts forever. And that's okay, right? And like then we get to say how the relationship structure changes. And I will only stay in a relationship as long as it's healthy for the people within it. Like
right, absolutely. It's not worth it to not do it that way. Right. But when you grow up in a society and in a culture where that's not acceptable, that divorce does hurt. The ending of those marriages, when you said it, I was like, shit, I remember that.
Oh my
Right. I
God.
remember getting divorced feeling like,
oh
shit, like what else is there to do?
Right.
I might as well get me a shovel and dig 6 feet and throw myself in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we need to have that freedom to change the structure, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that part of those colonial structures is that like, relationships are supposed to shift.
Absolutely.
They're supposed to change and morph. Nothing is the only thing that's constant is change, right?
That's it.
So even in your marriage is that like it can shift. It can absolutely shift. Like it was, let me give like my current marriage. Me and he and I met and that was a busted buddy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I never had one of those.
Me either. He was my first.
Let me tell you about purity culture. Like, I feel like I missed out on so much shit. Like,
I missed out on so much, DeeDee. Let me tell you. Want to
I've
hear
never had a one night stand or nothing. Like, I
Do
just
you
feel
want to
like
hear the story?
yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
In other words, shut the fuck up. I'm about to tell it to you.
Yeah, girl. Shut the fuck up so I can tell it to you.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to give you my whole story. So, like,
hold on. I don't think someone will even marry me. That's horseshit. Yes, why? No.
First of all, do you want to be married?
Do you want to be married?
And what does marriage mean to you?
Right.
Ask yourself those questions.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be married? And do you want to be married?
And do you want to be married? And what does marriage look like for you? You get to decide that. Right?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to marry you? Do you want to be married to someone? And what does that someone look like? And how do they fit into your life and your image and design for what marriage is for you? So tell me about the busted baby while she responds.
Okay, listen to this hooker over here. Said, "Oh my God, I've had at least 15 one-night stands. Love them."
I'm just jealous. I ain't got no judgment, just jealous.
Like, I have a whole theory about like white women and their whole phase. Their whole phase be they be fucking trauma out of their bodies, right? Like there's no cultural hip movement or anything inside of whiteness, and like so that's a theory that I have. I'm like, I'm glad you did it though, right? But like I really believe that they be like dead ass just fucking trauma out of their bodies.
Look,
trauma
gets to do it. Fucking the fuck.
Fucking the fuck. Like okay. So story time is
which I'm not supposed to.
Yeah. I was 15 when I met my first husband. Got pregnant by 16, right? Like yada yada yada. We were married by 19. Boom. He was my second partner in my life, right? And well, second penis partner, because I had my first, I had a girlfriend, and then I had my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed together until I was like fucking 26 years old.
That's a long time.
Bam, 11 years. 11 is a very important number in my life. We were together
Yeah.
for 11 years before I was like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, I'm outside. You hear me? I'm for the streets. I'm outside. I'm going to do all the things that I want to do. Right. So I had a friendship that turned into more. That's usually my shtick, right? Like,
yeah.
I usually run through my crew. like,
Look.
like, it's just an evolving relationship. So boom, cool. And then I was like, all right, that ended. And I was like, I'm gonna have a one night stand. I'm gonna do it because I never did it.
Why am I so excited about this?
I know. So then I was like, okay, like I literally, I could count how many partners I've had, and that's probably ridiculous. But I can count and name each one of them, and I could probably text all of them. Like it's
I
like
have to give you first, middle, and last name for everybody.
right.
On one fucking hand. It's so shameful.
Social security on is the one night stand, like But we remained friends like for years afterwards, right?
Good.
And even that, like, it was only oral. I was like, I can't actually do this. I broke out the Catholic girl, and I was like, but I could blow you,
right? Because that doesn't count.
That doesn't count in my good old Irish Catholic heart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So that was that. And then like I made all my dreams come true. And then I had like a crush on this kid when I was like 11 years old. It was like my mom's best friend's son. And I was like, so I'm single. So like, what's up? And I totally bagged him.
Not you shot your shot and fucking scored.
I fucking shot my shot like fucking 20 years later to this guy that I was like kid crushing. Like, and I was like a little girl in fucking love with him. He was like, he was everything to me when I was little. I would just be dying to go upstairs and like play in his house with his little sister.
Is that his fucking husband?
Huh?
What? Okay. Life is not fair.
No. So it was fun. And then so that was that. And then I had like then it was like somebody in school. But anyway, when I met Mark, which is my husband now.
Okay.
Let me explain to y'all. So I was friends with his mom first. And I did not even know he existed, right? Because she had a kid the same age as my kid. And we were Girl Scout moms together.
Okay.
And then one day she was like, ooh, you need to meet my son because he'll love you. And I was like, what son? Girl, I dropped her off at her apartment. And that motherfucker walked down the stairs.
That was it. That was it.
I'm fucking him. I don't know who he's with. I don't care who. I didn't care about none of that. And I definitely I definitely was what people would call the side person or whatever. He had a whole girlfriend, whatever. Like, cause I don't really believe in those constructs. Like, and so that was it. And we kind of rocked out for like 2-3 years. What about the butterflies now, Des? Yeah, no. But I said, like, my husband will still give me butterflies, but I'll be trying to find partners that ease my soul. Because, like, yeah, the sexual magnetism between he and I was absolutely fucking off the chain. And it's been like that since we got together. So that is how my husband was my busted buddy first. And I was like, and I still dated, right? Because he had his own life going on. I had my own life going on. And then we just decided to see what it was. And this is what it is. And we have 3 kids and we're married. And
this is what it is.
And that's what it became. So the whole point of that is your relationships can morph and they're supposed to morph.
Right.
So cool.
But you're morphing. Like, as people, we're growing and changing. How are these relationships supposed to be stagnant and the same? The people that initiated these relationships no longer exist.
Oh my. Expound on that because I love that. And I've tried to explain that. Like, I am not who I was then. Like, when
I met my first husband, my only husband. I'll never marry another man. But anyhow, I met my first spouse when I was 17. Right? Okay. We stayed married until I was 30. We got married when I was 25. We stayed married until I was 32. We were together 15 years.
Oh, girl.
Between 17 and 35, I was 4 bitches. Right?
Facts. Facts.
Facts.
Ma'am.
Right?
Facts. Yes.
Right? And throughout this 15-year relationship, I had become I had grown into and out of 3 or 4 different versions of me.
Yes.
Right? And a large portion of why that relationship didn't work was he couldn't unsee who I was at 17.
Ooh.
Right?
They will pigeonhole you.
Right?
And
And so it
silence.
we can't grow as a union or as in partnership if I'm not allowed to grow as a person in the partnership, right? And it doesn't take 15 years for that to happen, right? I've been dating a girl 3 months. Shit. I don't know if I'm the same person from 3 months ago.
Girl, I'm not the same person I was last week, fam.
Right, right. So the relationships have to grow depending on how we're growing as individuals inside the relationship also. Right?
Yeah. And I think like going back to what we were talking about with the choosing is that partner has to grow. Because sometimes
Absolutely.
like I said, like, so like all of that was like great and fun. And the truth of the matter is like where I came into my own like non-monogamy in my relationship. I went in knowing I could be non-monogamous, right? Like, but we
Right.
went in with the agreement of knowing that non-monogamy is there because I tend to be sexually monogamous, right? Like
Uh-huh.
I flirt all day long. And I was
Right.
like, that is what I need in my life. That's never
Yeah.
going to go anywhere. I like
Right.
attention and you don't have the capacity, right? Like knowing your partner
Right.
does not have the capacity to give me that kind of attention. He is not
Mhm.
about to be all day
And it's
talking shit.
unfair to expect that from him.
And I don't, right? So I'm like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
you can't, but I won't live in deprivation in order to be with
Right. Yes. Truth. And that's where knowing what I need and knowing what you have the capacity to provide, why those two things are important.
you. Correct.
This is what I need. This is what you can provide. And that means that the rest of what I need that you can't provide, that I don't also get from myself, I might need to get from here.
Yes. And that's really what it comes down to, which is, again, it goes right back. Isn't that all of our relationships already except
Absolutely.
our romantic ones? And that's what makes it.
Everyone else.
We
Yeah.
have multiple friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not
Yeah.
who like I have my friends that I could do. Like I've had friends that
Yeah.
friends with since elementary. So the way I show
Mm-hmm.
up in that friendship is going to be different. I
Mm-hmm.
have, just my
Yes.
mom friends, right? Like
Yeah.
we get together for like kid stuff. So I show up differently for
Right.
that. And like the only relationship that we do this like pigeonhole to
It's
forever.
only romantic.
And
It's
that's what
only
makes it a
romantic.
colonial construct because what it's
Yeah.
supposed to do is feed the nuclear family and
Yeah.
feed capitalism.
That's it.
Make people. They want you
Make
to get
people.
married, make
Mm-hmm.
people to make money.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
why they don't want you to be queer. It's why they don't want you to be non-monogamous. It's why it's set up for heteronormative, cis, Christian,
Yes.
nuclear monogamy.
Mm-hmm. It
Because
all comes down to it's always going to come back to capitalism.
it does. Follow the money.
Like people really are like, oh, it's because they want better for white people don't give a fuck about white people.
Right.
They give a fuck about money.
Green. That's the only color. Yeah.
Right.
We see how they treat each other. I'm aware.
Right. Right. We have community.
Big time. I think that I love that you brought that up because it reminds me, it brings to my mind when I'm talking about like, black people, we get Jones on for like being single moms or,
Right.
saying fuck this shit. Like, but like, you don't see the resilience of Black women who are like, first of all, I'm not going into that deep dark night of patriarchy like white women. Right. I'd rather be single and on my own, and I will find the community that will love on me.
Yeah.
Yolanda from Parenting Decolonized, they're on
Uh-huh.
this app too, has started her and like, I think it's 5 other Black women are making a matriarch Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Because what they're not going to do is like
No.
settle for these subpar
No.
situations with men or settle for like I remind
Right.
Black men, you're a Negro. You cannot win
Right.
patriarchy. Come back home or you're gonna lose access to us. Because we're not
Right.
with you. We only fucking with those men that are supporting us in community.
Right.
And like when white women or like the white media or whatever makes fun of those situations, and I'm like, but we have real community. Like we got our
Right.
sisters, we moving in with best friends. Right?
Right.
Like we're not,
Right.
we're
Right.
not going to,
But
we're not
they're
going to.
making fun of situations that they wish they had access to.
Ooh, come on.
Right? When we see someone that is, okay, example, right? Um, when we see someone who dresses kind of funky and walks to their own, the beat of their own drum, we have the desire to point and go, ha ha ha, so weird, blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, what we're experiencing inside is almost our
Envy.
own shame and envy. Yeah, that I don't have the moxie is my favorite word. I
I
don't
love.
have the moxie to express myself that way,
Yeah.
right? That's not different when white women specifically, point their fingers at Black women for supporting each other, for having each other's backs, for building communities around one another to help each other and love each other and be of resource to one another. All I hear from them is, I don't have that.
Yep.
And what I also hear in the background is, I don't have that. Why should you have that?
That part. If I don't have it, because
If
that's
I
that
don't
40.
have it, you shouldn't have it. So I will tease that shit out of you.
Yeah, bullies, right?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
look at it like high school, right? Like you got like the two people in high school, like you got the jock and like whatever the heck that like the prom queen type of chick, and they're
Yeah.
always a minority, right? Because white
Yeah.
folks are the global minority. They
Yeah.
are the minority, but they want to
Yeah.
run the entire culture of the high school.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got the nerds, you got the book club, you got they
Yeah.
don't want to be bothered. They're not even bothering you. Like,
They
why?
don't even care.
They don't even care what you're doing. Like, hey, if people want to worship you, go do that.
Yeah. Go
But
for it.
instead, they want to force their culture on the
On
entire
everyone.
school.
Mm-hmm. On people who not even worried about you. But that also just
I'm
comes
not
from
even thinking about
insecurity. And why aren't you looking at me?
right. I think that's so. Somebody says, Erin, you're going to have to expound upon that. Ouch, I do not agree with that second statement. I mean, you do know that you don't have to agree with it,
What are they
or
talking about?
I don't know, so that's why I'm asking them to
Oh,
expound. You don't have to agree with it. We're not. DeeDee nor I never try to convince anybody of something. We speak what is truth for
no.
us. If
Yeah.
it resonates, hold it. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Or sit with it and see why you automatically feel so strongly that you
Right.
do not agree with
I
it. Right?
suggest sitting in it.
I
If
always say,
if if if, if anyone says something that you feel very offended by, especially when it comes to race, sit in it.
yeah,
If you
because
feel offended by it, it probably hit a nerve. It hit a
mm-hmm,
nerve that was exposed.
girl, you be preaching. Somebody else asked, what do relationships look like where someone can't choose you back? Kids, people, in temper, what I don't know what you
It
mean,
can't
but
that can't be a relationship. We can't be in a relationship if you can't choose me back.
yeah, no, that's non-consensual.
Yeah.
like
It doesn't look like anything. It looks like me setting a boundary and saying, I love you from over here.
yeah, I could love you from a distance, right? Like my
Yeah.
ex and I, we had a great life. It was fun. We traveled. He was in the military. He was in the Air Force, and we did fun things. And now he does not have access to me anymore,
Hmm.
and I don't have access to him. Right? Like it's not
Right.
like we
Right.
don't need
No.
to have access. Our child
It's
is
a
standing.
mutual boundary.
It's a mutual boundary.
Yeah.
He's remarried with more children. I'm remarried with more children. We don't need to have access,
Yeah.
right? Like, and so, and you can't be in a relationship with me if I don't choose you back. That is a
Right.
non-consensual relationship.
Right.
We have to be
Right.
actively choosing each
Now
other
people attempt to do those things all the time. It didn't
all the
work.
time. Oh, okay. What Erin was saying, what in the a part of the agreement was, I
Mhm.
do envy it, but I don't want to take it from you, and that's great for you.
For
Like I would say
you.
for you, but
Hmm.
as a whole, what usually
Right.
happens with envy is if I can't have it, right? Because like
Hmm.
it's beautiful to recognize that you envy it, but because of supremacy culture, you can't have it.
Right.
Supremacy culture actually bars you from having it. So
Right.
because if that's not accessible to you without dismantling the system, what happens is y'all do covet it and try to dismantle the
Right.
community we are
Right.
creating
But
as
right.
a whole, maybe not you personally.
Right. But even in those moments, it's like, I understand what you're saying, not me as an individual. Stop separating yourself. Stand with your people.
A kid can't choose you. A person in temporary trauma might not be able to choose you. Clarifying. Well, a kid can,
Okay.
like, a kid can choose you.
Mm-hmm. Because kid, that they have autonomy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they have autonomy.
A kid can have,
Um,
I mean, they can't choose to be born,
right.
but they definitely get to choose.
Unless there's some legality there, which there might be, right? I feel like I'm missing some details.
I think so too. And that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, call it back. I love
Yeah.
it. Say some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think a child can choose you. Like, I've
Yeah.
said before, in regard, my eldest child does not talk to me. That's her
Mm-hmm.
choosing to not choose me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She has
And
the
that's
right.
do it.
Like, she absolutely, I did not chase behind her. I
Mm-hmm.
did not follow. Like, you have that choice, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then I get to choose if she ever decides to change and be like, oh, I want to talk again. Am I going to choose her?
Yeah.
That's how that kind of works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have the bandwidth not to choose abusive behavior when I was a dependent.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
after. Okay, like, you guys are talking
Yes.
about something
Yeah,
completely
you're talking about something different. But yeah,
different.
you don't choose abuse as a child. You don't
Ever.
choose abuse ever.
No.
No. No. No, that
Ever.
wasn't your choice.
No, that was not your choice. And unfortunately, when we have people, children are the most oppressed class,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
And that's
Because they're
property.
the most defenseless.
Yeah, and that's property and ownership underneath supremacy culture, right? So, like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, until we dismantle it, in that case, yes, I like when you guys are texting us, it's harder to. You're not doing what we're doing, right? Dialoguing. So I don't ever want anybody to feel like, oh yeah, child chooses that, and like, no, absolutely not, right? Like,
No.
get up right now and I smack my kid. They did not choose that. I am
No.
choosing to be violent and thinking that and not respecting their own sovereignty, right? Like,
Right.
that's the point of dismantling these things and these relationship styles and having these conversations is my children are autonomous. My children are allowed
Right.
to say no.
Yes. Yes. And that's something that I definitely want to touch on next week is like decolonizing love, deconstructing love in parenting, the way that we parent our children, right? Because, yeah, we could go for another 2 hours on that.
Well, just give me a little roundup on it because I want to talk about it too now next week, so I can get my little poster ready, girl.
I'm gonna text you.
Okay. See, so that I said, okay, that's a
See?
cool, right? Like, I could have turned around and be like, okay, well, just shoot it in an email. I'll read it tomorrow. That is what consent in a relationship looks like. See,
Uh huh.
because like now we're gonna jump up off of here, and like you could actually FaceTime me if you want.
Yay! I will.
See, there we go. Okay, so listen, we are gonna round it up. It was only supposed to be an hour, but like it went over.
But
So
that's
we
okay.
are
It was
gonna
good.
off. Let me see. I love this combo. Happy to absorb more for now. Absolutely. And next week, apparently, we'll be back and we'll be talking about decolonizing love in your parenting. And until then, like, start asking yourself these questions.
Yeah.
Because also, as women and femmes, like, I talk to a lot about like dating and relationships, and they're like that constant wanting to be chosen. And it's like, do you want a relationship? Like,
Right.
because like when I mostly date the men folk, right? Like, and when I'm talking and like and they're like, ooh, but I don't want and like I'm like, fam, be easy. I didn't say I wanted that
Still.
shit either.
Right.
Like,
You're welcome, Aaron. Yeah, like people, they are, especially men. They think that you want, baby. I didn't say nothing about wanting to spend forever in a day with you. Chill out.
I didn't say that. Like, I have like
Mm-mm.
I talk all the time. If
Right.
that's what I wanted from you, again, there's consensual conversation
Right.
communication that needs to actively be happening because relationships shift and
Yes.
feelings shift, right? So like if you're finding yourself trying to decolonize and deconstruct your relationship style, it's absolutely okay to change what you need. And if that
Mhm.
person doesn't have the capacity to meet them, you could leave.
You can leave. Right. Let's stop trying to force like circles
Don't
into fucking square pegs. Like it don't work.
It does not
It
work.
doesn't. We find ourselves miserable and in unhappy situations and unhappy relationships, right? And that's when unethical shit happens.
Mm-hmm. And abuse,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Because nobody's happy. So
Right.
like, always choose you. That's what I tell people. Choose you.
Yeah. Right. Look, do that respectfully.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
You
choose
can
me.
you can leave a relationship and choose you, and do that respectfully. And
Mhm.
if you need a course or a copy paste, I got you. I send it out all the time. Click.
There you go, right there. See, we're gonna add that link
Uh
into her
huh.
bio too, so then you could just download it. But yeah,
Mm,
everything this week. Just remember consent,
yes,
consent, and more consent.
and more consent, and set you some healthy ass boundaries.
Yeah, yeah. I do a boundaries workshop. Link
Oh
in
yeah,
bio. All right, this is great eating.
it was
Monday,
Monday, 7:30
decolonize.
your time, Eastern time, 6:30 my time, Central time.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm down for
Bye,
that.
you guys. Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night.